This guy's lying, because the whole concept, we had this group chat, and he's lying. What's good, I'm Dennis Free, and I'm officially not media trained. Yeah, I'm from Oakland. The area is a different spot. Like, everybody around there is super chill. I then moved to New York, but everybody there is not very chill. So it is very hard for me to combat my energy levels all the time, but I try to do that as much as possible. DJ now, and that takes up a lot of my nights. So my schedule is usually 9 a.m. to 5 a.m., but that's just how it goes. Work with the homie JJ over there on his music. At Apple Music, doing some stuff. And yeah, production, everything. Just trying to get myself into the music space and living there and trying to travel all around as much as I can. I think right now I'm late game. I'm like 71st minute, because I feel like I'm now seeing all the paths that are laid out of what I can do, what I want to do. Right now, it's not all the way there yet, but it's all forming, so I'm close. I think it's got to be structuring up the things that I'm doing independently as more formal operations. Like with Level 3, we throw mad events, and it's cool. It's pretty straightforward. It's not necessarily easy, but it's like straightforward. We want to add on a ton of more stuff, and it's like I feel like I'm at the 71st minute, because we've been working so hard for so long, but you can see that the game's still tied. Like, it could go either way at that point, and I gotta figure out whose heart is in it and not, and I gotta figure that out for myself as well. I feel like right now I'm at this point where I have a lot of momentum, as we all do, but we're kind of in a spot where you can't let up the brakes, because I know how that gets late game playing hockey too. Is in the third period, not an ideal time. I started playing when I was 4 years old. My dad decided that I should take figure skating lessons for 8 months. So I was with all these girls doing the jumps and stuff. I wasn't doing the jumps, but we learned until they got to the jumps. I was with them the whole time. Then as soon as they started using the toe picks, got out of there, started playing hockey. On the tip of your skate, there's like a little ridge. I basically played hockey 5 out of 7 days a week until I was 23 years old. Every single week, all over the place. Ended up traveling around for a ton of tournaments all over the US. Moved down to LA temporarily, and then ended up moving to Connecticut to go to this boarding school. Hockey kind of controlled my life the whole time that I was there.
You were a goalkeeper?
It was a good time. No. I was a center, left wing.
No way.
Skill guy. I'm not big as a skill guy. Level 3 is a collective that I'm a part of with 8 other people. We started back in 2021. We actually started as a fashion concept. We were just, we were noticing that a lot of people, you know, at different schools in the US would find their fashion inspiration from like Vogue magazine and Harper's Bazaar, and a lot of things that they realistically could not afford as a day-to-day college student. What if we just go around to all these different colleges, take pictures of them, and then show them to the other college students and make it like a lookbook type of thing? So we started doing that, going around throughout our sophomore year, just like finding people to link up with in different cities. So we started throwing parties summer 2021 at one of our homies' houses. There were 4 of these kids who lived in this basement apartment, like 250 people. Started going in there, throwing parties. Ended up doing 10 weeks of parties every night. They were free, everybody could go to every single one.
Told me, bro. Imagine it's free, but no.
This guy's lying, because the whole concept, we had this group chat, and he's lying.
Just one of the 10. I'm just finding out.
Lying.
10.
Sasha, we had everybody in the spot.
Bro, 10,
definitely everybody
10
in the
weeks.
spot.
I only saw one. Bro, how greedy.
Anyway, 10 weeks, everybody could come through, tell your friends. I DJ'd every single one, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. and then from there just started throwing more and more. And now we've kind of expanded into events, editorial, management, and we're gonna be launching a record label soon this summer as well. Yeah. Kind of having a lot of different verticals built off of that, and an agency side too, so we'll have a lot of different things going on at the same time, which should be nice. Level 3 Radio started in our apartment. We had this loft apartment in Brooklyn. brought in an artist every month to do a set. I did like the first 6 and then we started just like rotating out to different people. That's a format that we've kind of maintained through the first season, but we just finished the first season. Season 2 is gonna be launching this fall with a fashion partner that I can't say yet, but it'll be a good one. We'll be doing it out of their store in Lower East Side and then doing parties with them as well, so very excited about that. Well, I think that our goal was just building community without even thinking about money at all. Is like the parties that we were doing in that basement is like, you know, we were just telling people to slide. Same thing. Same thing with all of the like parties that we did once we started going into the clubs. Like we were breaking even on most of them. To us, it's like it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, that's a community that'll come back every single time. Especially as we started getting deeper and deeper into the dance side, it's really cool to see people of color coming out to functions and break dance and the house music. Like you just don't see that often. So we kind of were able to build that community first, and then now we're adding on all these other pieces to where it doesn't feel like we're just starting out of the blue with everything. And I say 71st minute also for that reason, is because we are building all of these different verticals, but at the end of the day, like we have to really put in all effort if we want to make it happen. So it's not like we can see the path, but it's not yet been walked. Black and Chinese, real blazing shit, you know.
What's up?
My mom is, well, there's a few factors. Like from an ethnicity point of view, I spent most of my time with my mom, so it's interesting because I obviously don't really look like I look Chinese to like the average person. And not to everybody. Unless someone really knows how a lot of black people look, I'm just another black kid. But I spent so much time with her family, and especially like for people who are in her community, they like who don't know her obviously. Like we'll walk into a dim sum restaurant and it's me and my dad, dark as hell too, walking into this restaurant with all of our Asian family, and we just get stares from left and right all over the place. So that was kind of an interesting situation because I spent so much time with them but was not really like a part of that community. Whereas with my dad's side, they were pretty far away in Washington, and I obviously like felt closer to them from a ethnicity standpoint, but didn't see them as much. So I kind of got a good half and half with that. My dad is a Navy SEAL, so he basically instilled in me that I needed to just be on top of everything, like structure, just discipline with everything that I'm doing, time management, all of that. And my mom, same thing, because they both had, I don't know, 8 careers before they ended up getting married super late. Like my dad was 48, my mom was 37, so they hadn't been with anybody like married before, so they were kind of in these positions in their careers where they were just like go until I feel like I can handle being with someone. I think that growing up, that was like definitely a big piece for me, because then that allowed my dad to also be free a lot after school to like take me to stuff. But yeah, the Navy SEAL side for my dad is like a big piece of my upbringing, because everything that I was doing from even now, like making music and going to DJ, like if there's any hour that I need to do something, I don't really use, you know, just me feeling tired as like as an excuse to not want to do it, because at the end of the day, like I always think about the what if of if I had taken that opportunity. I don't want to leave myself with that at the end of the day. Yeah, a little bit, not fluently, but like enough to I can converse. I actually lived there for a month with these kids' grandparents. Didn't speak any English, had never met them. I would wake up in the morning and I'd just have to turn that shit on and hear them start speaking. And during that time was actually super impactful, because I was literally in this country alone, and I'd be like, I was training. It was right before I was gonna go to boarding school, so it was a really big year for me to just develop as like physically and everything. So every day it was like 100, average temperatures like 104 during the summer in the city that I was in. Like 35, so 36 degrees. I'd be speaking Chinese all day, and then I'd have to go to the field and just go do personal workouts like every single day. So I was just like in this mindset of no matter what, gotta get after it. My dad was a big proponent of not playing like regular sports that everyone else was playing, like a football, baseball, basketball. Just because one of his big things, he's always like, you got to be the oboe player. You got to be like that guy who's just doing something different, so that you can stand out in the room when everyone's talking about their experiences. It's like try to be a little more segmented into something, you know? Yeah.
Oboe player. I love it.
From a literal perspective, a lot of percussion is in my sound right now. Like everything that I play out, I really want to be very drum oriented. Like there's a lot of tracks that I listen to. There's this track called For Club Use Only with a 4. And it's by this guy, Delroy Williams. And the track is literally just like a huge kick with a sub under it, just going for like 7. I mean, it is a song, but it's like going for about 7 minutes. And that track, like tracks like that are really interesting to me because you're using just literally just drums, but you can really create a groove within that. And I think that on a dance floor, that's one of the most exciting things is when you're able to just get people into a feeling without really needing to do too much. I'd say from a more broad perspective, like I love creating journeys with any sets that I have where from start to finish, you can understand how I got from one place to another. And it also flows together in a way that doesn't feel like I'm hopping around every single time playing something. All dance focused, like very fast paced, which is interesting because as I said in the beginning, being from the Bay, like when I go home, I'm listening to the most calm music. Like one of my favorite bands is Khruangbin and Men I Trust and those types of groups that are really grounded with just peace and like control. Then I get to a club and I'm like blasting 135 BPM with a whole thing, so. I love it though. I think that traveling is the #1 way that I'm able to really learn and listen. I love going to cities and kind of just like Amsterdam is a really good example where every October during ADE, it's like it's Amsterdam dance event. So there's just people all over throwing parties at all these different places. And it just allows me to get to, you know, see all these different types of communities in the same way that we're trying to build Bubble 3, like I get to see how people are doing it in these other spaces. And I'm just an observer. I'm not like trying to be the guy in any other city because I know that that's just an unrealistic thing and that's not who I should try to be in those cities. And I think that people in New York get so jaded of like, we're New York, like fuck everybody else. But I think that you probably have the most to learn from smaller cities all around the country and then all around the world that are really pushing interesting initiatives that you wouldn't see otherwise. I would say establishing myself in not only my community, but the broader community as a DJ. I think it's very, there was definitely a period where it was ambiguous for a lot of people of like, what do you do? I think that as I start to travel more and just like play more things, that's kind of the version that I see for myself is becoming like being known for that. But I also actually was talking to about this with someone the other day, is like I don't necessarily want to just be known for DJing because I think that it kind of somewhat shrinks my ability to insert myself in other spaces. Like I'm involved in so many other things and I kind of want to just be known as like, this is Dennis Free, he does this, this, and this, but it's not like, oh, that's Dennis Free, he's a DJ. Basically, like I want them to feel like they almost just entered a portal and then as soon as the set is over, they exit the portal. They're still at the party, but it's like that zone that mental state that they were just in is like, okay, I'm like out of the trance type of thing. I think those are always my favorite sets that I've experienced where I'm so immersed in whatever's happening that there's no even thought. Cause I think you see a lot of sets where it's like, you look into the crowd and people, there's that one point during that one song where people will be like, they'll check their watch real quick and be like, should we go? Or want to get a drink? When you have an experience where it's like, you don't even want to like know what's gonna happen if I leave this dance floor right now, because I may not get back to my same spot or I may like miss out on some track. That's like the best feeling and the best position I want to put people in when they're experiencing. After the first few parties we had done with Level 3, my barber was like, you got to start playing in the clubs. I showed him this video of these parties. He's like, yo, you got to go to this spot called Pianos down the street, like super fire, or it's down in Lower East Side, super fire. So I'm like, okay, never been to a club in Lower East Side before. I walk in, just chill, find the manager. He's like, or I was like, hey, can I write down my number? Like, would love to play here. He's like, yo, yeah, sure, but you need to give me some time. Like, I gotta go do something. I'm like, okay, I go out, step outside to just go chill for a bit, try to go back into the venue. And the guard had seen me. I just told him I was walking out. He's like, you gotta go wait in line. Like, you can't come in. I'm like, what? And the line is literally maybe 50 to 70 people down the block, and it's only an hour left in the night. Like, there's no way I'm getting in here. Like, I gotta go back uptown after this. Like, but this is the time. I know he wants to lock in with me. So the way pianos are set up, there's like a barrier in front, and then the line starts down the street. So I just jumped over the barrier, ran into the building, and then all the 3 security guards chased me in, went downstairs, hid in the bathroom for about 15 minutes. They were looking around for me and couldn't find me, so I think they went back upstairs. Went out, and the manager's office happened to be right next to the bathroom, so I'm like, yo, please write down my number. And as I'm writing down my email, I finished, and then like literally the guard came, grabbed me, like picked me up like in a movie type of thing, brought me upstairs, and then threw me out the building. I'm alone, like just in the east side. I'm like, well, I guess I did all I could. And next week, get an email from Jackson, who is the promoter over there, and he was like, yo, come in on this Thursday. I ended up playing for this party. The first party I actually ever played there was for this collective called Pop That Pussy. It was a lingerie party. I was like, I'll take it. That was kind of the thing of my mentality of like, do whatever, like, whatever everybody else is not willing to do. If you're doing those things, you're gonna get far. And especially not leaving yourself with those what if opportunities, because at the end of the day, those will be the things that I'm sitting at my desk 5 years from now killing myself over, and that I can't do anything about either. And I don't want to have that ever, so. Can't be afraid to fail.
And you can't be.
Especially with DJing, because everybody thinks, there's this curve what happens with DJing where it's like, imagine you're on a mountain, and obviously you want to get to the top of the mountain, but in this scenario, you want to get to the other side of the mountain. The way it works is, this is how people are looking at you. They're like, you're corny, you're stupid as fuck, why are you DJing? This is mad stupid, like, I don't want to come to your set, I'll go to someone else's set. And then it gets to the hill and they're like, oh my God, you're so good, could I get guesses? Can I see this? Blah, 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 blah. And you have to get to that point where you just push so hard about believing in yourself and showing people that your craft is like worth acknowledging and taking part of, until it gets to the point where you then can not think about, am I not gonna do a good job? Are people not gonna come to my set? I've had plenty of sets like 5-6 people show up early on, and you can't do anything about it, but you got to do as well as you can for those 5 or 6 people, because if they like you, then that's a fan forever, you know? I think my registas will be 2 people, Ant Ramirez and Lyle Belner, who are part of Level 3, and we've kind of, over the last like 6 months, became the creative minds of our new direction. I think it's cool working with both of them because they each have very interesting perspectives on like what they see Level 3 as, because it's funny because neither of them were part of like the founding team of Level 3, but now are 2 of the most passionate people on the team, which I think is incredible. And yeah, so I feel like it's nice to be able to, I obviously have ideas too, but it's nice to be able to bounce everything off and get feedback that's really genuine and passionate about that craft. So yeah.
I mean, like,
I would honestly,
encourager.
yeah, I would honestly say I'm my own yeah, I think like what I was saying before, like my innate nature is like, I don't care when or where or what, like I'm gonna do it, gonna be there. Like literally just yesterday, I was supposed to go back to Paris for this one set. I was like, all right, let's do it. Like I'm not really in a mind. I can't accept myself to be in a mindset where I'm like waiting for things to come to me, because if I am doing that at this age, like I can't even imagine how I'm gonna be 10 years down the line just waiting for everything to come, and now I got no motion, you know?
Your 9 or your striker?
Definitely Black Hibiscus over here. I would say is my 9, my what? Okay, yeah, my striker. Yeah, we've been working together for now like 3-4 years, and it's definitely been a crazy journey, because like it's been a lot of unexpected turns and changes and like random things that have happened. We've now done like 2 tours and just got kind of gone all around. So it's definitely been very fun to see that progress through starting from literally just meeting each other. So it's like I think that's been very fun. I'd say also my parents, I guess, definitely like go-getters. and I definitely turn to them for advice all the time on these things because I see the same, like they've been in the same position as I have, obviously not within the DJ space, but in a different, in their own fields and whatnot. The score, high scoring game, to be honest. Like a 7-4.
7-4 is crazy. 7-4.
Because I think I can put a lot of wins up, but I know there's gonna be downfalls that come with that, and I'm not gonna be able to shut that out. There's a lot of stuff, like especially being involved in a lot of things, there's so many variables that come up like all the time. So I don't want to be in a position where I'm like, one thing happens and I'm just quitting, like, oh, I can't do this ever again. There's gonna be goals that are scored against me, and I just got to deal with it, keep moving on, but I'll come on top. I would say down the line, I want to be in a spot where I can successfully be a part of multiple different things. And that's obviously very broad because I don't want to define what that means right now. But in a way that's like, certain people will know me for this and certain people will know me for that. And it's kind of all around so that I'm not stuck to this one. Like I was saying earlier, like he is a DJ. I think it's nice in certain contexts to be able to get your credibility in those spaces, but like the way that I think about my life right now is that a lot of the things that I do are like I serve as breaks from the other things that I do, so I can consistently rotate to where I'm not like so focused in on something that I'm driving myself crazy, but I'm also not spending too little time on it to where I don't have enough to put in my full effort. And yeah, I think I just want to be continuing that to a place that feels like it almost can run itself, where I'm not, where I can be high level ideas and then everything can just get executed from there. I honestly think what I said earlier, like no what ifs. Don't leave yourself with an opportunity of thinking that you can't do something for some reason, or maybe you shouldn't because of this hesitance. Like, it depends on the person, but for me, I'm like, if I don't do well at this thing, like the pivoting is not gonna be that difficult. So it's like, just go for it as hard as you can and see what happens, and then at least you know this isn't the thing, and then go from there.
Man,
Yeah.
bro. Cool.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's your rap.
It's your life for like a football match or like a soccer game or whatever.
Soccer, dude.